So they've come back to Iman. They've come to their keep, Greyskull Keep. They've had an evening of rest. Upon waking the next morning, they've managed to get some breakfast. They've freed Lady Kima from her stone entrapment as she was turned to stone during the battle with the Beholder, and had a conversation based around what should or could be done about this Horn of Orcus evil artifact.
So, Tiberius, we're just waiting for you to awake. I think we should probably go and see the Emperor, like you do. And talk about the little problem we have.
Wait. Where did you go and get a bag of holding in the time of us sleeping and you waking up?
If you recall, I actually went to Draconia. Right. This is when we all woke up to begin with.
You didn't tell us that.
Why would I have to tell you that?
I didn't say you didn't have to. I'm just saying you acted like I should know, and I'm saying I had no idea.
I just want to cast that and said that last game.
No, you just stayed in your room and did it your own.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so right now you're crazy to me.
Right.
I'm also a little disturbed that it looks like that bag of holding is actually made of you.
Yes, it does look like it's made of that seems cruel.
Actually, this is wyvern skin.
So, we should probably get off to see what the Emperor wants.
Before we do that,
Where's Scanlan now?
Not here.
Scanlan is currently in the room eating breakfast.
Okay, we're all eating breakfast still, right?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Well, not you. You've apparently been globetrotting.
right. Scanlan, I was thinking about our last encounter, and I'm gonna take off my ironstone. That's kind of chilling. This is a particular thing that you've seen me use several times, and I've noticed in the last couple of battles you've actually literally run out of spells to cast. And I propose a friendly trade. The crown on your head allows you to do certain things which you have not utilized the last several rounds you've owned it. And it seems you've actually complained about not having extra spells to cast.
Rounds of what?
Rounds of battle, facts. So
Okay.
I assume that you could probably actually use this more. I have a tool that allows me to do it to begin with, and it's come in rather handy, as you've seen. What say you, Scanlan?
Scanlan looks to you and thinks for a second and goes, you know what? I'm gonna think on that. Wait till I'm of more rested and solid and sound mind before I can make any sort of arrangements or trades here. It would be unfair, given our current state of...
It's true, Scanlan. You should probably wait till you're feeling a little more present.
Agreed.
Good plan, Scanlan.
A couple hours at the local brothel and all should be fine.
I've eaten, let's politic.
I think so.
All right.
This is so...
Can you guys hear us fine?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Just scared to talk is all.
Scared to talk.
Chime in, please.
Yeah, feel free to chime in
One of
whenever.
us. One of us.
Balls, taint, ale, nipples.
That's our grog.
Hey, there's Grog. Grog.
As our wonderful giant, now filled with various forms of delicious food matter, warm in his belly, gives a string of various curse words and enjoyment, and sits up from the table with a loud fart, and you guys make your way out of Greyskull Keep. Towards the outer wall of Iman, in towards the entrance to Abadar's Promenade, making your way towards the Cloudtop District, where the palace itself resides.
Is Lady... have we had contact with Allura since returning? Not yet. I feel good about her being at this meeting. As I'm
Someone
sure...
just got really excited when we mentioned the name Allura.
I cast prestidigitation on myself and make sure my robes are all super clean and nice.
Tibsy, let's go ring Allura's bell.
You come around the corner on the fine kind of yellowish cobblestone road, turn, and you get to the point where you can see to the left of you is the giant courtyard that surrounds the outskirts of the palace proper, with the giant steps that lead up to the kind of darkened purple marble that the entire structure is made out of. To your right, there's a few buildings and the white ivory tower that Allura lives in. You approach, the front door is closed. It still remains that giant iron knocker on the front that hangs loosely, kind of like a giant wishbone that you kind of slam into the front of the wooden doorway. Give it a couple hits. The door then creaks open, and there standing little bleary-eyed. Apparently it slept in a bit, but in the process of getting ready, you see before you Arcanist Allura. Her hair is half braided, her long blonde hair is half braided. She's in her darkened blue robes. Used to seeing her, and as she opens the door, the sunlight hitting her eyes, she kind of protects her vision for a second before they focus on the rest of the group, and she goes, "My lord, you've all arrived. You've all arrived!" And she swings the door open and runs forward immediately to you, the first person that's there, and just gives you a big hug. Kind of holds back and gives you a look over.
Well,
her eyes are open and kind of happy. You'd see, honestly, eager and happy to see that everyone's here safe.
I look over at Tiberius and just sort of sheepishly shrug.
I used to it, it's fine.
She turns over to she gives Pike a big hug. She makes her way around the rest of the group. She's like, "You all, I'm so glad to see you're back." She walks to Tiberius and gives you a big warm hug.
Oh.
She slowly pulls away. She acquiesces to your longer hug and then pushes away.
It's nice to see you again.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine, Tiberius. And as she turns around, she sees standing behind the rest of you, there's Kima. There's just there in her now freshly clean golden armor that she polished over the evening so she doesn't smell of Durgar sweat and blood anymore.
We've brought you a present.
There's this moment where they both kind of look at each other quietly, and then Allura kind of steps forward and says, "Kima, welcome back." And they both just run and give this big, kind of embracing bear hug. She lifts Kima up, and there's like a slow spin. You can see this kind of very, very strong bond of friendship before she eventually puts Kima down and takes the big. She holds her hands for a second. You can see a tear kind of running down Allura's cheek, and she goes, "I was so worried about you." And Kima kind of sheepishly turns her eyes to the side. It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for all the trouble."
Oh.
Story of my life.
No. Oh no.
Seriously, Matthew? Come on!
What? They're good friends!
Friends! Look, mate.
Your assumptions,
Don't-
Dragon Ball.
Oh! Look, mate,
I get it now.
don't mug yourself.
Yes.
Don't mug yourself, mate.
Oh, that's great.
Don't mug yourself. Come correct. Don't mug yourself.
So as you guys all walk into her tower, you remember it untouched from your previous entry here. And it's a weird moment to step into a tower that you were once in as it crumbled and folded on itself, to see it as if nothing had ever happened.
Is there a new rug?
There is not.
Aha! Aha.
You guys,
Oh.
We're not giving it back.
Shouldn't tell her about the
Don't
rug.
tell her about the rug.
at which point everyone's kind of looking around, Kima, amongst you, the rest of you guys. It's been a while since I've been here. Everything's as grandiose and unnecessarily dressed as it always is. I'm glad you got rid of that old rug, though.
Sorry.
Was there a rug?
I'm fine. I
Stay
don't remember
cool,
that.
Vax. Stay cool. Come
Want
on.
this rug?
Nope.
No!
Nope.
Not here.
Allura, who is now in the process of like pulling chairs over and setting up like a small sitting arrangement, kind of a semicircle.
Oh, it's so
says,
cute.
When the last time the tower collapsed and I was so rudely assaulted in my living quarters, it appears my rug went missing. It's all right. I kept my eye out for a new one for some time.
That was unfortunate.
Magic, it's tricky.
I mean, I had no idea. I jumped out when that happened.
Speaking of tricky magic,
She gives us a slow, kind of knowing look about the group, and just kind of gives that nod of like, I acquiesce to this, that's fine. A deal is a deal, and you've done as you've asked. So, as we discussed, 10,000 gold pieces for the lot of you, and my
I
great
take
thanks.
that.
She hands it out to Vex. It's eager palm. It's very heavy.
Good thing I'm strong then, huh?
With her 9 strength,
I know,
it
I'm sorry
sags.
about the hand gesture there. Stop it.
Internet.
Well,
Oh, yeah, we have...
Beholder.
we have Orcus's horn, so that's a thing.
so
There's a slight pause before the actual sound of breaking glass hits your ears as the teacup that she's holding shatters
We all
across
agreed
the
to this in the
stonework
last
on the
game. I know
floor.
that people are acting this way for.
Allura's still sitting in her chair, hands in place, and says, "I'm sorry. What did you say?"
Yes, that beholder butthole that we had to fight, that we had no idea we had to fight, had this orchestone on his head. So we took it off, and we kept it safe. That's what you wanted, I am assuming, to destroy
We haven't touched it, though.
No.
Us.
All right. She looks over to Kima, kind of with the shoulders up, and Kima gives her a nod and says, well, to be honest, I wasn't sure that was the end of my journey, but it seems that great evil I talked about before, well, we killed it and took its source of power. Now we're figuring out what to do with it. This is very, very ill omen indeed.
Yes.
This must be brought before the council immediately.
Council?
Council?
The Council of Taldori, the council you are part of.
Oh. Shall we take this to the council then?
Yes, we have pressing matters. We'll get to that later.
All right. Let's go to the council then. As you guys make your way back down through the tower, you eventually ventured through the castle top district to the front of the palace. And in the central room, you can see what currently stands the entirety of the Taldori Council in a kind of a hushed discussion. The council, of course, has at the center, across the table from you, Sovereign Uriel Taldori II himself, the leader of Iman and the current sovereign of all of Taldori, this section of the continent. The Sovereign finishes writing some papers, rolls them up, snaps twice, and the gentleman comes by and he hands them papers and says, "Get these to Lady and Lord Briarwood as soon as possible, thank you." All right, so, first of all, I want to welcome you all back. It's been a few weeks since we've seen each other. I've been recently given word that you so unceremoniously appeared in the center of the Lyceum, not but 12 hours ago. Worse for wear. So, I would like to know, first off, why you've returned in the center of our city, and well, I want to see how your well-being has been these past few weeks. I apologize, I'm a bit scattered. I've had a few things on my mind as of late.
Be that as it may, we riled up a city of
Mind flayers.
buttholes, as Tiberius would call them. Very unhappy race of things below the surface of the earth. Now, we're here today because Tiberius, crafty as he is, was able to flee ahead of us and create a portal back here, and we ended up falling ass over tea kettle in the Lyceum. So here we are.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good
Glad
to
to
be
see
here.
you're safe.
We've brought a little bit of the evil with us.
At which point the table gets extremely uncomfortable suddenly. What is this evil you bring with you?
Well, we have it stored safely away.
Yes.
But this beholder was using an artifact, a horn, emanating darkness and shit.
No.
And Tiberius, in the heat of the battle, ripped it from its pate. And we've brought it back with us.
It is one of the 2 horns of Orcus.
At that notification, you see the name Orcus, and you can see there's a whole kind of energy shift in the room, at which point a lot of furrowed brows drop to intense. The actual air of the room seems to come still for a moment. And from what you can see, Seeker Asun and Tofor both kind of grit their teeth and lean forward as you say this. At which point Kima steps forward and kind of says, "Now, understand, this is not something you can lock in a box or put some guards around it. Okay, there was a reason this was forgotten and needs to be again. Now, with the proper surrounding strength and formidable individuals, I can take it to the Grand Chantry in Osthania, where the High Paladin Archibald will reseal it, far away from the eyes and minds of the world, lest we can come up with some sort of way to destroy this item." At which point Allura takes a moment and says, "Just the knowledge of such a thing existing, let alone 2, in this world is dangerous. Who knows what horrors an individual could achieve should they find both horns. As to getting out of the city, I feel that we have 2 individuals here, 2 followers of Bahamut, both the deity that saw the evil, brought the vision to Kima, and presented, whether in a roundabout way, the power and strength of these individuals to eventually retrieve it and prevent it from being an artifact that instrumentally destroyed the Dwarven city and quite possibly all of Taldore. So I think if there was a god whose guidance we could look into, I would put my trust in the clergy of Bahamut. Do we agree to that?
Yes.
Yes.
We do. I think we would feel comfortable going along for the ride and seeing this thing through to the end.
Sovereign goes, very well. It is settled. Reach out to your clergy, bring the vessel, Allura, facilitate its arrival. We'll get this artifact as far away from him as possible. This is adjourned. Thank you all very much for coming to this council meeting.
Okay.
I'm waiting until I'm going to catch the Sovereign on his way out.
All right. At which point everyone kind of gathers the rest of their papers, their parchments, they're rolling up scrolls. Allura stands up, begins to leave. The Sovereign stands up, and as he stands up, the guards come out and they kind of come to his side.
Good Sovereign, if I could have a moment. Did I hear correctly that Lord and Lady Briarwood were in town?
They were but a week ago.
They were but a week ago, and they've left, have they?
Yes. Do you know of Lord and Lady Briarwood?
Oh, just in passing. Did they have business in town? Was there something in particular? I'm just curious. It doesn't really matter. It does matter, but not particularly.
It was relatively routine. We're establishing an official trade route through the northeast, spanning the Boreal Plain to Whitestone.
Oh.
They inherited the region after the unfortunate demise of the Dirola family.
Yes.
However, our ambassador has noted that they've rebuilt rather well and honored the memory of the family, and they're really committed to re-establishing the foothold of Whitestone in the north, and so they came here on a diplomatic mission to open trade.
Oh, that's nice. I would love to. Please keep it quiet, but if I could be notified if they're coming through again, I would very much like to surprise them, if that would be possible. So, it just old business. It would be very interesting to see them again.
For the sake of this conversation, I'm going to ask you to roll a deception check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
On the new pretty die.
Don't fuck with me.
The Sovereign gives... certainly. Very well. I will notify you should they come through again.
Deeply honored by your thoughts, sir.
Allura goes, well, in the event of this blessed chamber arriving, you'll be notified. We will request your presence to bring the artifact in question, seal it, and then we will begin our journey over to its place of hopeful destruction and or proper banishment.
Would you like anyone to go with you, or you just want to go alone?
To
go work out the details of all of this?
Allura kind of says, for me, it's just preparation of the arcane transference ritual. I'm going to go meet with a friend of mine over in Ostania.
I will say we haven't replenished our potions yet, and we could
should
go.
we go to visit our old friend?
We could
Gilmore?
go. We could go to Gilmore's.
Gilmore's glorious.
I would feel much better
So
with
wait,
a
so
visit to Gilmore's.
you essentially just want us to wait?
Whatever business you need to get done, it should take no more than 2 days to get this
2
taken
days?
care of. 2 days.
You guys, we have a weekend!
This is Allura and Kima who are here.
Yeah, the only
right?
two who stayed behind with you guys outside
Yeah.
of the council chambers.
I take Pike by the hand and I walk over to Kima, and they're short, so I kneel down and I say to the both of them, I've never pretended to be a man of the cloth. I know little of the gods, but the brush we had down below has left me shaken. What can the gods tell us? The gods stick their noses into our doings whenever it pleases them. Are they not here? Have they anything to say for what is happening now?
I'm with this guy.
The gods are many, and the gods have been at war for as long as we exist. There are some that believe that we are nothing but the aftermath of their squabbles. But nevertheless, there is much good in this world that guides us to our ultimate destiny. And if you yourself feel that you're lost amongst this chaos, don't ever be afraid to stop in and ask a few questions.
I was just wondering if I could ask you to ask them. to maybe help. I would never think to ask the gods for help if I wanted a shiny new sword or a pile of riches, but this is something different.
Unless they could get us a pile of riches.
Or a shining sword.
Good point.
At which point, Kima laughs or something. I mean, there are benefits to being of the order.
Lady Kima, do the gods allow you to have relationships?
Kima, you ask this, and she kind of gives you a look of confusion, and then, I mean, she already has kind of a darker complexion for a halfling, but her cheeks grow noticeably ruddier, and she kind of averts gaze and says,
I start trying to do my best vax swing.
I'm vexed.
Vax swing.
She kind of averts gaze. As far as I know, it is not a vow of chastity within the order.
You're saying there's a chance.
She still is kind of looking away. She looks away and kind of looks to the rest of you, looks to Allura, looks to you again, and then goes, I really have to get to work on this. And she kind of leaves the group and kind of continues down the hallway. Quick steps.
A lot of math involved in that equation.
Yeah.
Allura kind of chuckles to herself and steps into the place where she was and goes,
Not to solve the puzzle.
she goes, oh, as a note.
Waste of time, I already know.
Be careful who you ask those questions to. You may get an earful. And Allura kind of smiles and motions towards Kima. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're more than welcome to explore as you like, but that's a rabbit hole, my friend.
Oh, rabbit hole, is that what we're calling it these days?
You feel a gentle slap from some unknown arcane force across your cheek, Rod. And Allura gives you a stern glare.
Oh, don't talk about her girl that way.
Don't make me take my errands off.
Anyway. So 2 days, we'll call for you when the item is to be transferred and properly brought to its destination. In the meantime, prepare as you see fit, enjoy this well-earned rest, and we'll take it from there. Right. So you guys, you make your way outside of the Castletop district into the center of Iman proper, returning to Abadar's Promenade, which is the largest central section of the city, where most of the mercantile itself seems to have gathered and been a serious conglomerate of all business in this city happens. Where you eventually find your way to the outskirts of your favorite purveyor of arcane mystical artifacts,
Gilmore.
Sean Gilmore himself.
Okay, and there's a person manning the...
No, not currently. It is just an empty desk.
Is there a bell or anything?
There is a bell.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
As you hit the bell, one of the employees, kind of who's helping somebody, looks around and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And what you see is looks to be a half-elven woman with thick spectacles, who is currently stepping over to try and stop you. However, the beaded curtain swishes open with a grandiose gesture of one slightly meaty hand, and stepping out in his fine gold-trimmed purple robes, his longish, thick, black coarse hair pulled into a nice ponytail, smoothly shaved face with a slight little hint of a braided goatee that dangles about 3 inches from his chin.
Will you remind me, sorry, DM, because it's been a while. Gilmore's a good-looking man, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's handsome.
Yeah.
Is the braid new? Is that a new addition?
So handsome,
Oh,
Max.
the braid's new. He decided to rock the braid.
Is
Go for it.
Gilmore's a very handsome gentleman. He's
you guys now.
I would say he's not like fit and muscular.
Right,
He is
right.
he is a handsome, comfortably jovial gentleman.
I'm picturing Jeremy Irons in a wizard's robe.
Kind of. Imagine him with a little more punch.
Okay.
But very charismatic, and open chest to his vest with a number of gold chains and medallions that kind of dangle around.
I feel you.
It's almost like a wizard's tracksuit.
And it's dead.
No.
Please tell me it says like arcane on the butt.
No. No, he's very well dressed. But his presentation is definitely a presentation. As the hand swishes open, he goes, "I'm sorry, was I being summoned?"
Yes.
He immediately looks at
Yes.
Oh, you've returned.
Gilmore, you glorious bastard! How have you been?
He immediately rushes to the edge and kind of like leans over the counter to give you a grandiose hug and actually lifts you off your feet. Much stronger than you anticipated. He goes, "Oh, Vaxalius, far too long." He sets you down next to him behind the counter and gives you a big, big hug. Strong wizard arms around you. A scent of it's almost like fine herbs with like a hint of patchouli kind of in your nose.
You naughty man! You just called me by my sister's name. That is going to cost you.
He said, I said Vax! What do you mean? That's ridiculous, preposterous.
Vexalia, can we go to the videotape? Anyone?
Actually,
Instant replay.
We have come from far and away. You would not believe the shit we have been through.
Really?
But I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. What has been going on in this city since we've been gone?
Well, and he kind of looks about the rest of you and says, "Obviously you've brought the rest of your friends here. Come, sit, story time, story time." Please sit around.
fantastic.
We have been doing marvelously. Trade has opened up wide and long. We've had travelers from all over Tal'Dorei and beyond. It's incredible. I'm in the process of planning an expansion to the town. Perhaps even, get this, opening a second store in Westruun.
You're going to own a chain?
Congratulations! That is a big step for any businessman.
Spectacular.
But yes, how about yourselves? You look like you've, he kind of gives you all a look over and look like you've maybe not slept in a fortnight.
Well, we're lucky we're not dead. They came close a couple of times. We were off on official business for the Emperor. We've been underground for weeks and weeks. We've only seen the sun for a couple of days.
Oh, that kind of a weekend. I know how that goes.
Needless to say, our stores are terribly depleted. We are going to need to stock up a bit before we head out of town again. I don't want to rush things, though. I think my friends probably want to shop about. My sister can probably handle things for me. I would love to take a stroll with you around the city. Get a bit of lunch to bite and hear about what's been happening. Hear the rumors of town. We all know. Nobody matches your shrewdness in business. That's no surprise. But I'm wondering what you've heard. What's on the wind? Can you take the afternoon off?
He looks over at the same half-elven woman who was trying to stop her earlier, and she kind of gives a look of like, what's he going to say? Like, no one's ever asked him this question. And he goes, "For you? Of course."
Mandate, go for it.
Don't worry, Gilmore. We'll take wonderful care of your employees.
Oh, well, if you wish to do business, why not do that now?
We need to shop around first, of course.
Very well, very well.
And we're so curious as any of these interesting and fascinating things that you've developed in the several weeks since it's been that we've been here. We'd love to see what you've been working on.
Very well. Sherry! And the same one goes, kind of her shoulders drop. Yes, Gilmore. Would you be so kind as to see to whatever our friends need? These are Vox Machina, by the way. They are currently sponsored by Gilmore's Glorious Goods Incorporated, and I would very much like to make sure that they are taken care of. Yes, sir. I'll make sure that happens.
So do you have anything? We keep getting turned into stone. It's been sort of a running theme. We were hoping you might have something to help alleviate stone skin or any of this.
We do have potions of petrification removal.
Yes, petrification.
I think, let me check, and she goes in the back room, rummages around for the minute, comes out, and she presents two of them. They have a clear liquid inside. It looks almost like dirty water. And they're like thin little vials. She goes, these potions, when applied to the flesh, will, more of an oil, I guess you would say, removes the affliction of petrification. These do cost 750 gold apiece.
Do we want to take one?
We take both.
I actually say we take both.
Not that I'm here.
Take both. 750 was not the discounted price, though.
No.
She gives you another look of like, She adjusts her glasses.
To be fair, we are spending a lot, right? Overall, so
Overall.
you know.
Yeah, we're just making
That would come to 1350.
1350.
We'll take it.
1300. Remember, we're very good friends with Gilmore. She sent a treat as well.
Make another persuasion roll. using my new fan dice. Awesome.
Oh,
Thank
that
you.
was really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
That would be 21.
Ah, it's a good thing. She gives you a look as, I don't like you. 1300.
1300.
Don't tell
Lovely.
Gilmore.
Thank you.
The one that protects you psychically. Could you repeat that one on the menu, please?
The Ring of Psychic Resistance.
Oh god.
It gives you resistance to psychic damage. So anyone does damage that is psychic based, you take half damage.
That's not quite it.
Well, it's not good.
No, it's not quite the same thing.
Not even for me.
Do you have anything that can make Grog smarter?
Well, fuck off.
She looks over him for a moment and goes, No. No, we don't. We may
Maybe any crayons so he could be occupied.
We have colored writing implements for children if you'd like.
How much money do we have?
We have, hold on, let me look.
24,000.
No.
20.
I normally don't. We have about 20,000, alright?
So we'd say with the credit from the Dragon Scales, that'll take 10,000, 11,000 away from the current pricing. That would put us at 39,815 for this batch.
So, can we open that line of credit we were talking about?
What line of credit?
That line we're talking about right now.
Well said, Your Majesty.
That one that I just said like 2 seconds ago?
Wait. DM. Where am I with Gilmore?
We'll get to that right
Yeah, hey man. It takes time to make it right.
now. As Gilmore begins to walk you down, there's like a fountain to the side, and he's, what about you? How's Vox Machina been? How have they been treating you? How are you, Bax?
Well, we're tired, to be sure. I was not kidding before. We really are lucky to be alive. And that's thanks in large part to a lot of the gear you outfitted us with the last time.
Wonders. Well, I'm happy to help. And have you been keeping up your end of the bargain? Have you been singing the praises of Gilmore's glorious goods across Craghammer and beyond?
You were mentioned in Craghammer. I regret to inform you, though, that we were forced to travel underground rather quickly, and the Duragar and the other things that we ran into are not really customers you want to deal with. So, no, our lives were too much in harm's way. But now that we're above ground, I'm looking to pick up where I left off.
Very well.
Do your shop honor. Your contribution to what we've done, and I place my hand on his hand, was no small part in our survival. And I give it just a little squeeze. And I want to thank you. Sincerely. I don't know that I would be standing here without your help.
Did not fit Gilmore's glory. And he looks you deep in the eyes, kind of pats the top of your hand, and goes, that moment, that is why I do what I do.
You're a unique man, Gilmore. No question.
About an hour and a half time passes before eventually there is a loud clattering at the front of Gilmore's Glorious Goods, where a laughing Vax and Gilmore come stumbling in, flush of face, with emptied goblets, laughing to themselves. Oh, good to see you, friends.
You like you've had fun.
Family. had a couple of drinks. I'm an adult, I can do that. What have you found? Have you guys been shopping?
Well, we're actually just talking about maybe, since we're purchasing so many things and since we've gained some popularity here in Iman, walking around, people are noticing us walking around. I shouldn't be the one talking right now, but maybe we could open up a line of credit.
I mean, obviously we're only shopping with you, Gilmore, at this point.
He looks about the rest of the group and says, well, not everyone seems to be wearing the same patented Gilmore's glorious armor that was given not too long ago, so that's not true.
We did find some off of dead things.
Yes.
And those dead things are not under the umbrella of Gilmore's glorious expansion.
Oh.
But should we discuss this, where would this credit be placed against? What do you have?
Well,
That
I
you
don't
could
know. What have
anti-
you guys been talking about? We do have a big pile of dragon scale and some
We do,
gems
we do.
found.
We also owed money.
Okay.
And we are owed
One
money in
question
Craghammer.
that Grog just whispered to me.
Yes.
How much is a platinum worth?
How much is it? Platinum? Platinum is worth 10 gold pieces.
Where we at, girl?
We may have a lot more money than I thought we had because Grog's been hiding money in the bag of holding.
It's really shiny. I'm in trouble, Matt. I'm in trouble. She's really bad.
Wait, is this like when you slapped Trinket on the ass, Mad?
No, not close. Not even close. Not even as much as Trinket.
This is finances. This sounds like a married couple.
So,
Gilmore, question. Maybe you should consider making like little pins that we could just wear on top of our armor? Because wearing your armor, we have our own clothes that we like. So maybe like a pen.
He steps forward and says, oh,
Or like a patch.
that's not even a worry. And he pulls out a small implement, this wand, and kind of flicks it over your shoulder, and all of a sudden an arcane swirl kind of around your armor with a big flash of sparks and glitter almost. Look down, and there is emblazoned upon your current armored form a symbol of Gilmore's glorious goods, now permanently emblazoned on your leather. Easy enough to fix?
Well, you know, I was gonna put on
Yes.
that leather. This was my mom gave this to me.
Well, your mother has not provided for you a means of keeping the deal we already made.
Can you take this off when we pay you back and put
No.
it on that one? Oh, come on. Hold it.
I think it will transfer when you change.
Will it transfer when I change armor?
I don't know.
So the
Yeah,
total tab is
1,600.
what again, Gilmore?
The total
How
time-
much do we have? He does have a picture of it.
1,620.
We have 1,620 platinum.
Oh,
Wow.
There you go.
All right.
so that's like
You've been hiding.
16,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Please sign here. Anyone that represents you in your fine Vox Machina, sign here and present the money.
I guess I'll do that.
You can do that.
Vexalia, he hands you a quill. Takes your coin, slides you, and you now have this entire batch of magical items
It's
for
pretty
you
cool.
guys to distribute as you see fit.
Yes.
And
New armor.
from that point,
Make sure we get some of those things.
an absolute pleasure doing business with all of you. Absolutely.
Thank you, Gilmore.
All right, to business I go. I bid you all a fine farewell.
I do.
Bye, Gilmore.
He goes back through his beaded exit to the back room and leave you to the rest of you. At which point Shirley kind of goes, I'll get back to work. And then she goes back up, kind of leaving you guys alone in the main chambers. A couple other customers come in and start walking around.
She needs her job.
I think we'll call that for the
Yeah.
adventure for the evening. The
Thanks for watching us shop. Thanks
yeah.
for watching us
All
shop.
our money's gone.
all the money's going.